Good morning, everybody. Thursday, July 25th, 2019, 6 days away from our trade deadline. And there was so much action last night, and things keep shaking out, and reports on trades and reports on the Cardinals. And we just got a lot to get into today, so let's do it. Good morning, everybody in the chat room. I'm hoping that you can hear me. Lenny, you told me you were going to be listening, so let me know if you have sound. How's that? Because I am on the air, and here we go. Good morning to everyone in the chat room this morning. Lenny and Andre are traveling today, and so I get to be with you. Thank you for being with us. Beach Bum, Beer Man, Corona, Cyclonus, Cam, Cha-Cha, D'Amazings, Bizzle, Easy Kill, Lenny, Lou, guest Julianne. Always have a guest in the chat room. You never know who it's going to be. But it's good to have you guys. And here we go. Let's take a look at the standings and some games from last night. And first of all, as we look at the National League, the Braves leading the East by 4 games. That's right. Now, that's the smallest lead that we've had in the National League East in a few weeks. So what happened? Well, what happened yesterday is Washington entered the game, 5.5 games out of first, and they leave 4 games out because they sweep Colorado, while Atlanta is losing at home to the Kansas City Royals. Yeah, so let's take a look first at those Nationals. And is there a hotter team in baseball, really, over the last month or so? Since June, the Nationals' best record in the major leagues, I think it's June 15th. Their record since then, they would be on a 114-win pace for the season. They've won 3 in a row, and yesterday they win 3-2, and they win 2-0. In that first game yesterday for the Nats, Turner goes 2 for 5. He's up to 288 after game 1. Rendon goes 1 for 3. Eaton homered, his 7th. Rendon homered, his 21st. Pitching-wise, Fedde went 4 innings, gave up 1 earned. It was sort of a bullpen game. Grace came in. Suera came in. Rodney came in, got his 5th hold. And what about Sean Doolittle? 22nd hold save after game 1. So then we go to game 2 where Corbin and Freeland pick it up. And really, this is a pitcher's duel. Corbin goes 6 innings, shutout baseball, strikes out 7. Rainey gets a hold, Sip gets a hold, Rodney yet another hold. So that's 2 holds in the same day for Fernando Rodney if you're in a holds league. And Doolittle, 2 saves in one day. Wow. He pitched an inning in the nightcap, struck out a batter. Doolittle really turning it on and being that back end of the bullpen, and Rodney too, that the Nationals were missing out on early in the year. But here, clicking the Rockies last place in the National League West this morning as we wake up and look at the standings. They are 19 games behind the Dodgers at 47-55. They've lost 3 in a row. And when we talk about trades, we're going to talk about this some more later. The Rockies could certainly be dealers, and there's a particular outfield that keeps coming up over and over in trade talks. The Phillies, they win their last game. They're playing today in Atlanta. At home to the Braves. So the Phillies and Braves pick it up today in Philadelphia. The Phillies are 5.5 games out of first place. They've also won 3 in a row, while the Washington Nationals remain at home facing the Colorado Rockies today. I just look for Washington to continue to win. It's like every day. I think they're going to win, and really today there's good reason. Matt Scherzer, off the IL today, pitching at home against Hoffman for the Rockies. Hoffman has a 6.75 ERA. And we all know what Mad Max can do. So I'm looking for Scherzer to come off the IL. I'm concerned a little bit about pitch count today, frankly. I want to see how that back is doing. But assuming Mad Max is, Mad Max beyond Thunderdome, he's going to come out and dominate while Atlanta's in Philadelphia. That is a race, I'm telling you, in the East. I thought it was Atlanta's division to win. Well, now it looks like it's Atlanta's division to lose. Here comes Washington. It's like the Lone Ranger in Tonto riding up from the back. You never know, right? So, looking at some more games from yesterday, let's go to the Central, because those are the only teams there in the East that really are relevant right now. Now, the Mets could be trade players for sure. So, if you want to get in the chat room and give me some feedback on the Mets, talk is Syndergaard may be on the way. Wheeler may be on the way out. I don't think they'll trade DeGrom, but Syndergaard and Wheeler certainly could be traded, and Wheeler coming off the injury, pitching this weekend, critical. Because like I said, the trade deadline now is only 6 days away. There are no more Thursdays before the trade deadline after today. In the Central Division, wow. Got to talk about a team there that just lit it up last night. But first of all, the Cubs still remain in first place. Well, I tell you what, I'm jumping all around. Let's go back to the Phillies for a minute. I told you they won their last game against the Tigers last night 4-0. How about their right-handed pitcher, Vince Velasquez? He went 5 2/3 last night with 9 strikeouts. Yeah, 9 strikeouts for Vince Velasquez. And we know he is a strikeout pitcher. We know he has the potential for multiple strikeouts, double-digit strikeouts. His problem has been inconsistency. And can you imagine the Phillies if Smiley continues to pitch like he did in his first outing? If Velasquez continues to pitch? What kind of move do the Phillies make at the trade deadline? Certainly, they have a lot of hitting. You know, they might want to go for another outfielder. Hazley's been playing right field, hitting fairly well, but of late, but only at 205 on the year, and he's a rookie. Nick Williams is hitting 165 on the year. He started in left field last night with 1 for 4. Hoskins DH'd because it was a DH park in Detroit. But you're going to have the Phillies looking probably to add an outfielder because of injuries. They added Jay Bruce. Mixed results there. We'll just see what the Phillies might do at the trade deadline, but certainly players as we go forward. And now looking at that East, the Cubs playing pretty good baseball, playing their last game in San Francisco. Last night, they win 4-1. Baez hits his 25th. The Cubs continue to play tough in that division. They had 11 hits last night, scattered up and down the order. The rookie Garcia got 2 hits. Almora got 2 hits. Chatwood, it became a bullpen kind of game because Lester came up with a sickness. He's not expected to miss too many days, but he didn't pitch yesterday. Probably by the weekend, Lester's back on the mound for Chicago. And in this bullpen game, what a shutdown. Chatwood started, went 4 innings, struck out 5, only walked 1. That's a miracle within itself. And from there on, from the 5th inning on, the Cub bullpen, the Giants score nothing. In fact, they only got 3 hits the rest of the way. Kimbrel gets his 7th save. He's really looking like, Craig Kimbrel. The Cubs have solidified that bullpen, it looks like. And what kind of move do the Cubs make at the trade deadline? Do they look for another starting pitcher? The problem is, who are the starting pitchers out there? And the way I see it, they're all middle to back end rotation guys. There's no ace available ever since the Giants got hot, and Bumgarner probably not available. It all depends on what the Giants do the next few days. I've mentioned Wheeler and Syndergaard. I think they're the best of the lot. Certainly ace potential, number 1 or number 2 potential, but Wheeler's not shown it. And Syndergaard, I'm scared about his health, and I don't believe in Marcus Stroman. I just don't believe in it. I can just see whoever gets Stroman, it blowing up on them as we go forward. The Giants lose to the Cubs, of course. They're winners of 8 of 10. Last night, only 7 hits. Brandon Belt goes 0 for 5. Sandoval goes 0 for 3. Yastrzemski goes 0 for 4. Crawford 0 for 2. You get the drift. Now, Beatty did pitch. Not his best start. 5 2/3, 4 earned, 7 strikeouts. Interesting to see what the Giants will do over the next few days. And the Cubs lead the division now by a half a game. A half a game? Wasn't it a 4-game lead or so just a few days ago? Yes, it was. But since then, the St. Louis Cardinals have won 4 games in a row. They sit at 54 and 47, a half game out of the